Long time no see. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Ranked Ready Builds. I know, we didn't upload any videos for quite some time. Reason to do it is we were simply burned out on the game. And now we are hopefully back. So let's jump straight into it. I'm gonna talk about the new assault, Lumen, from the SAS collection. As you see, I still didn't unlock every operator, and don't mind my 100 containers here. They are planned for a special operation I'm currently doing. None of your business. Okay, let's go over to our boy Lumen. As usual, feel free to copy my preset here or my build, whatever you want to name it. Let's start with the most critical upgrades. These ones are really obvious. You don't want to go for sprint reduction. Speed, being able to sprint faster, is always more important than stamina usage. And with 9 stamina usage, you're more than fine. Level 7 upgrade is quite interesting. You have 3 options. One option increases your ability range by 5 meters, which will be in total 15. The second one reduces the time needed to fully flash or blind your opponent. And the third one is increased ability uptime. So the first one is literally useless. Ignore it. Uptime of 7 seconds is more than enough. I still have a problem with these two, because your base range is just 10 meters, and 10 meters is literally so fucking close that for the most part your ability is gonna be useless. So you have to play like a camper, like a rat, to actually surprise someone. And I sometimes switch between increased range, but then it takes full 4.5 seconds to fully blind someone, which leads into death, into your death. You're gonna lose the gunfight if your opponent is stronger and he starts shooting first. He just aims for the center of his screen where the white light is coming from and killing you. So the only viable option there, if you want to win your gunfight by fully blinding the enemy, is running one less second needed to get the ability up. Okay, level 8, quite obvious, you go for 2 more reserves. It's not worth going for buffed reserves because it's gonna increase your reserve cooldown by 10 seconds, which is actually too much. And the last, at least, -2 reserves each, but your usage is increased by 25%, also not worth it. You're fine to go with the middle one. Level 9, quite obvious, more special gear, more armor plate. So level 11 is quite tricky. You get armor pen. Some people look at the weapon. Oh, 50%. That's not enough. I need to up armor pen. Armor pen is always better. No, armor pen is not always better. It's You can ignore it on most weapons for the most part, especially on assaults. Second upgrade sounds interesting actually. Primary weapon ammo is replaced with shelled variant. Headshot damage increased by 15%. It sounds nice, but it does not work with my build as it's supposed to be. The third one, effective range increased by 5 meters. I will tell you later why I choose to go with 5 meters range extra here. Level 13, I decided to go with the middle upgrade, gaining invisibility effect for 3 seconds after killing an enemy with a headshot. It is really powerful when you win your gunfight, you're half or low HP, and you have to disengage quick. So removing the spotting icon above your head, the auto 3D spotting, allows you to disengage quite often, easily, from your opponent's eyes. While others, like just 15% damage reduction for 3 seconds or faster reload, all of these you can actually ignore. You get already faster reload when using your ability. Level 14. I decided to go with marked effect within 15 meters when your opponent is below 35% of HP. So it allows me to work as moving tags or moving motion ball, moving spotting sensor. It is basically free spotting. I mean, yeah, your opponent has to be low HP, but it's still far better than just increased movement speed within 15-meter radius. You still don't know where your opponent is hiding with low HP. The least and last, level 15. The first one, enemies becomes marked when you blinding them. Why you wanna mark them? It's unnecessary waste of upgrade. Second one, special gear duration decreased by 5 seconds. Fire damage and blinded effect stacking increased 50%. Not worth it. Also a waste because the AoE of the grenade for the fire itself is so small, nobody's gonna get burned. But the third one is actually interesting. Focus effect is applied to the operator while the ability is active. Spread reduction minus 20%, vertical recoil degrees 20, faster reload. So you are basically a soft Volk when you use your ability. You can go with the headshot damage upgrade and then go with spread reduction. You can try and then rely on your Q and take on ranged fights. Better used obviously with additional 5 meters, going with 32 meters. You are literally Volk. I tested it, it's nice, but you definitely lack of CQB DPS. You're running 18 damage, 32 headshot damage. It is quite low, so I decided to stick with range, obviously. We will come later to this one here. We need to buff his headshot damage, so we not gonna do it over this skill here. We are gonna do and play on this operator since he's 80 HP and 40 armor. We're gonna play always 15 plus HP. Simple reason to that. Where's the upgrade here? Immunity to poison and stunt effects. So we have overall already great passives immunity against plenty of strong special gear and abilities which are stunning and blinding or whatsoever. So you don't have to run good RNR. You keep running the 15 plus HP. Second one, I decided to go with internal reserve instead of snag fit. I mean, snag fit works out as well, quite well. But in this particular reason, we are playing hacking. Hacking is close quarters game mode. Maps, yes, maps keep the same sides like Showdown, but your engagements are happening for the most part up close, within 25 meters, 27 meters. Most gunfights at least. And when it comes to stamina, you have more than enough. You don't spam your ability that much. Your cooldown is 30 seconds and it only costs like 50 stamina. It's not much. You'll be fine with 430 stamina overall. I've never had the moment when I run out of stamina with internal reserve. Okay, and the third weapon upgrade, it's not heavy barrel. I like to run heavy barrel on my assaults, but not with this one. It's not worth it. His base damage is simply too low with 18. So you're going for tungsten. It boosts your bonus damage against head by 25%. You're gonna do in total 40 headshot damage per bullet. Your effective range is decreased by 15%. And that's where this upgrade comes in handy. Primary weapon ammo is replaced with a supersonic variant 5 plus meters. So we gained 5 meters up to 32. And these are the exact 5 meters you are losing again with the debuff for running tungsten bullet. Means we are gonna be back at 27 meters again. So why I'm not running primary weapon ammo is replaced with shelled variants is simple. The 15% buff is just 38 headshot damage, if not less. I think 38 or 36. It's definitely way lower than, obviously 10% lower than tungsten bullet. And you can run these both together, headshot upgrade, but you're gonna end up with an effective range of 22 meters. Unfortunately, we still aren't able to change this build during operator pick phase, or speaking of, during the phase where we have to ready up. So the devs confirmed, or not confirmed, but technically they have the plan to add presets. So on small maps like oil rig, your engagements are for the most part within 20 meters. So you can go tungsten and headshot damage boost here. But for now on, since you don't know what map you're gonna play, I recommend to run it like this. Tungsten bullet with boosted range. You're gonna do 18 body damage and 40 headshot damage. His weapon is also quite accurate. You will have a fun time, I would say. And the fourth upgrade is up to you at this point. I run for the most part counterattack. I see many people change to Tough Nut, which gives you 50% damage reduction, allows you to disengage during gunfights, not being one-framed sometimes. It's also a great pick. But it's not worth to pick when you play against a Koshmar at this point. I try to change this up. Sometimes I run counterattack, sometimes I run Tough Nut. So it all depends. With the new skill added, which comes with this assault as Shield Breaker, it's a great hard counter against operators like Almas or Stern. You can literally beam their shields immediately with increased additional 30% damage. It adds 30% up to your 18 damage and on top of your headshot damage as well. So you see a Stern, you see Almas, you pick Shield Breaker. So the fourth upgrade adds up on you. You don't have to rely here on what I pick for the fourth one. Now speaking of Lumen's ability again. His ability, for you guys who didn't know, you can apply blind on opponents from within cover. If you stay behind a wall but close to the corner, or you crouch behind a cover as well, hard cover, and you activate your ability while just looking into the direction of your opponent, he still gets blinded. So you don't have to stay in the open and apply blind on your enemy. You can just hide. I don't know if it's a bug or intended, but certainly will be addressed at some point. For now, you can abuse it quite effectively. And quick tip for the grenades, don't use the grenades as damage dealers to damage people or kill them. You're gonna use these nades as you're gonna use these nades as obstacle, basically. They have a huge range. It's 8-meter radius, which is 16 in diameter. You will place these like in front of your opponents, so they won't peek you when you try to rush their position. It certainly doesn't work against a horizontal cover where people can sit behind. They won't get blinded by the grenades, but behind normal corners, these people aren't safe, so they won't peek you. When you play hospital and you want to push the inside the building objective, you throw your grenade to the opponent's side and everyone won't peek you, or they will be simply blinded by your nade. And least but not last, the magazine upgrade. I'm running with the magazine upgrade. It slows your movement by 10% down, but only when you're wearing your primary in your hands. Means if you run with your pistol, you keep your speed with 5.3 and movement speed of 3.6. So you have the advantage of a 40 round mag, and at the same time you can keep up with the speed you have here. But as soon as you pick up your main gun, you will be slowed down to 4.9 meters per second, which is noticeable. As said here, you can decide by yourself what you want to run. Depends on the map, depends on my mode. I sometimes go for 30 and sometimes for 40 round mech. And I think I'm done with the TED talk and we can play around to show off how he plays. Before I forget, this operator's new passive is Last Stand, so they are able to shoot their pistols, or speaking of secondaries, when being downed. But they have only 1 HP. If you get to use your pistol and you get shot, you will be immediately dead. When you get revived, you'll lose 10 HP. So you will be rest, in this case, with 70 HP if you have 80 HP. If you have been killed while using your last stand, you are not forced to use last stand on your operator. You certainly can. It works really well. Your hip fire is obviously reduced by a lot, accuracy. But you still can like kill people from behind when they are not or when they are distracted and fighting with your teammates. Always so toxic.
Enemy medic! Enemy!
Hacking system Alpha.
Enemy support! I'm hit! Enemy sighted.
Prevent the systems from being hacked.
Eyes on a marksman! Eyes on the point! Enemy sighted! Get up! Marksman sighted! I've had worse! Watch enemy the spot! Watch out, enemy!
Prevent the systems from being hacked.
Located their medic! Medic! I've been hit! Eyes on assault! Enemy assault! Heads up, enemy! Enemy assault! Eyes on assault! Check that position! Not today, mate! Eyes on the point! Enemy assault! Marksman in range.
Prevent the systems from being hacked.
Enemy assault! Enemy medic! Mine!
Hacking system A.
Eyes on the cover! Right on time, friend!